Hey everybody, I'm ShadowRock, and today we got a special discussion with the man of the hour, the dude, Protodude. How you been, buddy?
I have been on cloud 9. Let me tell you, this this entire month, December, just a dream come true. So
Really
I'm
has
great.
been. Yeah, so oh man, after many years of collections, a mobile game, and lots of dooming, we finally got something, didn't we? We got a new game, a Mega Man Duo Override.
Yeah, something real, and where else better to show it off than the Game Awards of all places. So
Seriously.
yeah.
What'd you think of that reveal? Because I wasn't there for it live, but were you there for it live?
I was there for it live, and as we'll discuss later on in the show, how we kind of knew this thing was coming. Honestly, this was like the last place I expected this announcement to be made. So,
right.
And during that point of the show, I was really kind of tuning out. There was really nothing, catching my interest at that point. I was getting tired. I was getting ready to call it a night. And I'm on my phone, multitasking, multi-screening, whatever. And I start hearing the music swell. And I remember the first thought I had in my head was like, this sounds vaguely familiar. Wait a second. And like my apartment, I have that like a security camera. Like when I leave the house, I have it running all the time. Okay, so I was able to play back the footage of me reacting to it, like me slowly sitting up and going, wait a minute, what? So yeah, that was fun to see. But it was just that slow realization and going, oh my god, here it is.
It's here.
Yeah. All right.
It really has been, because it's something we haven't been completely honest about over the years is, well, it's been 4 years, my dude. 4 years we've had to bite our lips about the existence of this game.
Yeah. I've said this before, but this was probably one of the hardest secrets to keep, especially, when there's so much doom and gloom posting going on. You know it, you can't say it, you gotta let it ride. Yeah, we have been sitting on this for 4 years.
Yep.
Yeah. If a few of us, we're not gonna name names, but a few of us, besides you and I, have known about this for a while, and props to us. I think we did a really good job keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't leaked outright.
Oh yeah, and there's been so many other Capcom leaks within those 4 years, and this has never not popped up once. So they put this secret in the right hands.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna talk about like how you found out about what we knew to be Mega Man 12. In full disclosure, we didn't know that there was a subtitle until the same time that you guys found out about it. We just knew as Mega Man 12.
Yeah. There was, I think it was this year, one of my sources was saying that it may not be called 12. And they were basing it on the fact that it's different, but at the same time the same. So I can't tell you when that decision was made to drop the number, but this is very much 12. And that's kind of how it was introduced to us as Mega Man 12 all those years ago.
Yeah, so you found out about it, and there was discussions had about like, oh, should we talk about this at all? And I think we decided that we shouldn't talk about it because one, the Capcom lawyers will be coming. I understand that's not a new experience for you either.
No. I've talked to this on different podcasts before, but for X-Dive, for the now canceled Battle.Network mobile game, just even hinting about those things publicly resulted in a few late-night phone calls from Capcom's legal team, basically telling me to, hey, shut up. All that ended amicably, but we don't want to invite that again. And there are so many people who are tied into this project, really, really hardworking people that we don't want to get in trouble either. So, yeah, this was a lip-sealed kind of thing. Tiny hints throughout the 4 years where possible. But yeah, nothing explicit like what I did with X-Dive, where I showed you, I think it was like the 4 pictures of like, the Gatling gun, and I don't remember, but those hints were all about like a really old build I saw. Nothing too explicit like that. But yeah, we had to be very careful with this.
We're getting into a really exciting time for Mega Man coming up in 2026 into 2027. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection is coming out in just 3 months, which is a wow to me, because before this month, we didn't know about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, we got, honestly, like, back-to-back games looking ahead. Compilation, a new game. That sounds great to me.
Yep. I wanted to read a quote from Shingo Izumi, the guy who we're like 99% sure is the new series producer at this point. He said the Mega Man series will celebrate its 40th anniversary in 2027. I want to make this year dedicated to preparing for this milestone. We'll be focusing our efforts to bring fans good news, so I hope you look forward to it. And we appreciate your continued support of the Mega Man series in 2026 as well. So, yeah, like they're gearing up for the big 40th anniversary. So I guess like next year, 2026, it's going to be like that year of preparation. Probably going to be a lot of news coming out.
Yeah.
I guess real quick, we could talk about where we think the Mega Man series is going to go from here, like over the next maybe 5 years. What do you think?
Yeah. I think, based on what Capcom has actually said publicly, how they're opening up this new department. They're doing a ton of new hires to work specifically on non-core IP, but to turn them into core IPs. But they're going to be using this new studio, these new people to do that. So I think, and just kind of my educated guess, is that we're going to be seeing some pretty strong momentum over the next 5 years. My guess is we will be alternating every other year between compilation, new game, compilation, new game. That said, I mean, we're running out of compilations. But I really think that they are going to be looking at the model that they've done with Resident Evil, where there's a new game, and on the off years, there's a remake of an older game, or, there's a port of an older game to newer consoles. Because really, if they want to build Mega Man to a core IP, they need to step it up with the consistent releases. So this Evergreen strategy has worked for a very long time, and we are at this point now because it's worked out so well. But now it seems like they really, really want to shift it into a higher gear. So to do that, we're going to do more consistent releases. So I think with Star Force Legacy Collection coming out 2026, Dual Override 2027, we're going to have at least one new thing a year. Not necessarily a new game, but a new compilation or a remake of something old on the off years between them. So not necessarily returning to yearly releases where it's sequel, back to back. I think the off years will be spent more on like legacy titles, a remake or a port. But there's going to be software of some kind once a year.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
'Cause, 2026 are going to have the Star Force Collection, 2027 dual override, and usually there's about a 2-year gap between the legacy collections, so maybe 2028 will be the Legends collection or something.
That would be fantastic. And I feel like they've put that one off so long because that one requires a bit more technical finesse. It's not so much as simple port. I mean, I know that would satisfy a lot of longtime fans, just to, like, be able to play them as is on modern hardware. But this newer audience that's kind of coming in, I think they'll find the control schemes a little difficult. I don't like to use the word dated, but some people say they feel dated. So for a Legends collection, it will require a bit more work to create a modern control scheme for these older games. Or who knows, they may bypass the collection altogether and go for a remake. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. If any series needs a remake, it's Legends, especially because of the controls, and the graphics are great, honestly, even for like that early 3D era. But
oh yeah.
I mean, I guess you could HDify it.
Yeah, it could work. I mean, there are some great high-res settings and mods that you can do on like emulation right now, and it looks great. And what do they call it? The low poly look. That's very trendy right now. So I still think they could present it as is. But there's that general audience that Capcom has to think about. They like things that are fresh and spiffy looking and clean. Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting because with the Star Force Legacy collection, the director Koji Yoda said that he doesn't just want to do a port; he wants to do like essentially a remaster. And we've already seen that with like new mugshots, new music arrangements for the entire soundtrack. And they're going ham on that collection. So it feels like with each Legacy collection, they're kind of slowly building up to maybe like a Legends remaster or something more substantial than just a port.
Oh yeah, like we've come a long way since Legacy Collection 1, which was just essentially a collection of ROMs. But yeah, you're right. With each of these new Legacy collections, they're getting more and more higher quality, and it almost makes me wish they would go back to some of the ones that were already released and spiff them up a little more.
Right.
Like how great would a Balrog Legacy collection be with like the high res mugshots? Yeah,
right.
Really cool.
Yeah, maybe the engine that Battle Network was on will hold them back in that regard, but I would at least like to see the quality of life improvements from Star Force being backported to Battle Network, like turning off encounters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, huge need for Star Force 2. But yeah, I'm really happy that they're putting in this effort.
Yeah, the future is looking bright once again. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But to understand how we got here, we need to understand the past. And let's just start from the beginning with the 2000s. Protodude, how did Capcom handle the Mega Man franchise in the 2000s in regards to like how sequels are greenlit and all this?
Yeah. So they had a company-wide policy that is no longer in effect. But basically, in order to be eligible for a sequel, an individual game had to sell at minimum 200,000 units internationally, or have a 15% profit over the development budget. So if, let's say, Mega Man ZX sold 90 to 100,000, it didn't hit that 200,000 mark, but because the games are so low budget, it had that 15% profit over the development costs. So, as many of you know, Mega Man has traditionally been a small budget franchise. These are games costing roughly between 1 to 5 million US dollars to develop, which is pretty much nothing back then. So what Capcom did was they would invest in multiple Mega Man games each one low budget, and together that profit would drive the series forward. So in the 2000s, we had not only yearly sequels, but we would have multiple games every fiscal year. There'd be a sequel to Zero series in spring, a Battle Network in summer to winter time, and those would they wouldn't break 1 million individually, but together they would break like 1 million. And again, because these games were so low budget, that was fine, and it worked for a very, very long time. But the fans ate it up. We loved it. We loved looking forward to multiple games coming out a year. It was easy for us to stay on top of the news, stay on top of, when each game was coming out. Like, we could always expect, there'll be the Zero in the spring, a Battle Network in the winter. But the trade-off there is, for people who weren't fans, the press, critics, they kind of scrutinized this.
Yeah, they were not happy.
They were not happy. These are the same people that loved like the yearly NFL, NBA games. No problems, whatever. But with Mega Man, they had a huge problem. Every game plays the same. They all look the same. So that really bled into the press and to this public perception that every Mega Man game is the same. And the line we would hear a lot in the 2000s was like, another Mega Man game.
Oh.
And gosh, there are like websites that would like copy paste the review of like the past Battle Network game for the one that just came out and just changed a few words around. For a while, we could kind of just brush it off. Like, these guys are just being mean, whatever. But that really crept into that general audience's perception of Mega Man. And we started to see that decline in sales around the mid-2000s. I would say starting with ZX7 and Star Force 2. The games not only started to fail to hit that criteria of the 200,000, but they also started to fail to hit that 15% profitability. And that was cause for alarm. And I remember in Capcom's fiscal reports, it is 2007 is when they stopped reporting numbers for Mega Man games to their investors. Yeah. It was that dire. And it goes hand in hand with the general public stopped buying Mega Man games, but also the development costs of games at Capcom started to go up exponentially as they were transitioning from the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox to PS3, 360, Wii era. Yep. And Inafune has talked about that a lot during that time, how he would love to keep making Mega Man games at the rate that they were going, but the dev costs for those then next generation consoles was so high that it would not be profitable to make a Mega Man on PS3 or the 360. And the handheld space was always a great spot for Mega Man. Game Boy Advance with Battle Network and Zero was always like, at that time it was doing so much better than the home console sales of like X7, X8. But even then we started to see it suffer on DS. So yeah, the mid 2000s was very rough for Mega Man, and that was kind of the precursor to everything we saw in the 2010s with all the cancellations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed pretty clear by the end of the 2000s that something needed to change, because it got to the point where basically the hardcore fans were carrying the franchise. We have some numbers here, like Star Force 2 did like 291,000 units, which is, it's okay, but Battle Network was doing like 500k or more.
Right.
We actually had Battle Network 4, which was the only RPG game to get over 1 million. They got 1.35 million units.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
quite a drop.
Yeah. And another consequence of that was for Star Force 3, there was no merchandise. There were no toys. There was no anime. The series could not sustain itself as a cross-media entity anymore. So they really could only invest in the game. And coming from where we were at the highs of Battlelord 4, where you had the game, the anime, all these toys, I mean, it was dying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of just came to a head when we got to ZX Advent. It only did about 64,000 units.
Yeah,
and
international. That's every country, not just
every country.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we could generally count on Mega Man to do at least 100K. Nope, not with ZX.
God, no.
Do you remember the talk back in the day about how ZX Advent had to meet a certain threshold to get a sequel, but it just didn't get there?
Yeah, I remember that. There was I think it was a Comic-Con or something, and one of these Mega Man fan sites, the Undersquare, they actually approached a representative at Capcom's booth and they asked, how much does ZX Advent need to sell for ZX3 to be greenlit? And they were like, if you guys can get it to 100K, we'll go for it. So we're off quite a bit. Yeah, we tried.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was really only us, like the fans, were buying at that point.
Yeah, and then it got even worse in the RPG department because then they came out with Operate Shooting Star in Japan.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, it was a very uninspired port that just kind of slapped in a Star Force scenario towards the end game. So it's not entirely the fans' fault or anything. I just think it was a bad idea. But yeah, it only did 73,000 units in Japan.
Yeah.
And they're just like, screw this. We're not even going to bother bringing this over to the West.
No. And that was such an unusual one. Like, I always believed that they were doing that to experiment if there was an audience for Battle Network again. And I'm sure there was, but for what the game was, which was just essentially a port with a couple little extras, it just, didn't do enough.
Yeah, I remember stories at the time like, oh, there's Operate Shooting Star in the bargain bins.
Oh yeah, like a week after it came out.
Yeah.
It was, so sad. I still have those pictures where you can just see them, mountains of Operation Star boxes. Unsold.
Oh, man. So yeah, that strategy from back then, it worked for a while, but eventually burnout set in. The common consumer couldn't keep up with Mega Man games anymore. Critics absolutely hated Mega Man at this point. Shoutouts to X-Play.
Yeah. Look up any X-Play review for Mega Man and you will see just how much these people hate themselves.
Yeah.
They hated reviewing Mega Man. It was...
I actually got to see the Battlelord 6 review live on TV at the time, and I just remember Adam Sessler being like, no, please, not another Mega Man game. I don't want to play this. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, bro.
Not good. I think there were a few they actually did like. Maverick Hunter X, I remember that review was like, they were even surprised themselves. They're like, oh, it's really good.
As they should.
Majority. Majority of their Mega Man reviews were disgusting.
Yeah, it was... Ugh. We could write a whole book about the X-Play reviews, but getting back on topic. So, something needed to change, right?
Absolutely.
Well, then Inafune left, of course. That didn't help things.
Nope.
So, we had Legends 3, Mega Man Universe, even the Maverick Hunter first-person shooter game got canceled.
Rockman Online. That was an interesting
that one hurt, yeah.
Yeah. And that trickled down to things we didn't even care about. Like, there was this Mega Man laptop Capcom was working on. They canceled that.
Oh, man.
It looked really dire there for a minute.
Yep, so I guess then we now fast forward to the time of the 30th anniversary where they finally built up a new team. Kazuya Tsuchiya is now the series producer, taking over from Inafune's shoes. And this is where we get into kind of their strategy from then onwards to the present. And you touched on this before, the Evergreen strategy. Tell us, what's the Evergreen strategy?
So, an Evergreen strategy is something Capcom didn't invent. This is something a lot of game developers do. I think the one who leads by example is Nintendo, where a developer puts out a game and it's not immediately followed by a sequel. Because if it is, the sales of that game that just came out the year before plateau, they drop, gone. So the idea is you put out one piece of software every few years or so, and you let it continue to sell. It doesn't drop because there's a sequel coming out the next year. Instead, word of mouth helps it continue to grow. It goes on sale for discounts or holiday specials or bundles. They continually promote it through collaborations with other IPs or other products. They really they put this one game up on a pedestal and they have it be like the main source of revenue for that IP for a few years. And what happens is it doesn't sell up and up and up and up and up. It ebbs and flows. It will drop for a couple months, then it might go back up when the game goes on sale on Steam for like a 40% discount. And then once that's done, it goes down, and then some new toys come out that are based on the game that look really cool, and that'll attract people who collect toys but don't necessarily play Mega Man games. And they say to themselves, oh, this looks really cool, I'm going to buy this toy, and Mega Man 11, that's that new one that just came out. It's $30, I can afford that. So that's that period when it goes back up. So for the last, 7 years between Mega Man 11 and now, Capcom has relied on that evergreen strategy of growth to maximize Mega Man 11's sales. And they've never done that before, really, with Mega Man. They had to have a new game every year, and the sales of that previous game would drop. But here, 11 did all right out of the gate, but because they just let it naturally grow without immediately going to Mega Man 12 a year or 2 years after, it's reached 2 million sales worldwide, and
that's crazy.
Currently it's currently the best-selling Mega Man game of all time in the franchise, and I think context is important. 2 million doesn't sound a lot if you're talking about Sonic or Mario or whatever, but in the context of Mega Man, this franchise that has been a yearly thing for most of its history, having this one standout title reach 2 million units, it's great, and it would not have done that if Capcom followed it up immediately with 12 the year after, or the year after that.
Yep. I think for the sake of context, it's important to look back at what were the best-selling titles before Mega Man 11. So for the longest time, up until somewhere in the 2020s, Mega Man 2 was the top. We're talking about the NES version in 1988. That old of a title was at 1.51 million units, best-selling at the time. I mentioned before Battle Network 4 at 1.35 million. Mega Man X, the Super Nintendo version, at 1.16 million. And then we had Mega Man 3 in 1990 at 1.08 million. So those are the only titles that broke the million mark in all that time up until the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah. So and it's interesting, and Mega Man games still sold well, even after that, but they never cracked a million. And, they didn't need to crack 1 million to be considered a hit, right? That goes back to the whole discussion of profitability and what have you. But, this evergreen strategy has allowed not just Mega Man 11 to succeed, but every Mega Man game that's come after it, these legacy collections, they've all done extraordinarily well. Except for Zero ZX, but that's a discussion of itself. But the same thing applied there, where they would space out these releases and just kind of let them naturally grow, draw an audience. We have several million-selling Mega Man titles after 2015. So,
yeah, we got quite a bit there. I think it's interesting how, back then when they were doing the yearly releases, sometimes doing multiple Mega Man games in the same year, you could tell that the sales stagnated like shortly after they came out, because the next thing was already on the way. But like you said, with 11, they just let it cook for years and years, and that's how it got to 2 million.
Right. And they really wanted 11 to be, at the time, like an easily accessible Mega Man game. Who, if you've never played Mega Man before, this could be your title that you could use to jump in. And I think there was like one interview where Tsuchiya called it, he's like, you can even call it Mega Man Double One. Like it's the first Mega Man game again, sort of. But yeah, I think for a lot of people it was their introduction to Mega Man. And it still is. To this day, I see like new threads on Reddit or Twitter. People are saying, hey, I've never played a Mega Man game before. I'm picking up Mega Man 11 because it's on sale. Any tips? So that's the Evergreen strategy in action, and it's still here.
Oh yeah, they had that absolutely amazing sale. I don't know if it's still live, but it's
still live.
Still live, yeah. Mega Man 11 is like $5, and some of the legacy collections are extremely cheap as well. So this is a really great time to get into Mega Man if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm. I'm really curious to see what the fiscal year report will be, if they talk about if there's any huge increase in movement there.
Yeah, I did see a lot of people playing Mega Man 1, for example, right after Dual Override got announced, so...
boy. I wouldn't recommend that to newcomers. So.
I wouldn't either. It is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's very rough.
But I can see where they're coming from. It's the first entry. You got to start from the beginning.
Yep.
I guess that's a great thing about the legacy collections. I know people be like, "Oh, another collection. Where's the new games?" But the legacy collections help to build a base understanding of the series and lets people catch up, especially the casual audience, the consumers that are not hardcore fans. Allow them to catch up so that when Mega Man 12, that's a scary number, comes out, they're ready for it. Obviously, the classic series is not very story focused, so you can just jump straight into Dual Override and not worry about it, but some people might be worried about it.
Yeah, it's readily there for them, all in one easy package. We can always make the argument that you can just go download ROMs for free, but a lot of people don't have that technical know-how, honestly. I'm a teacher, and I see it with my students, like they don't know how to unzip a zip file. So, compilations like this are really good for a general audience to just pick up and play these old games without having to install anything or getting a BIOS file, what have you. But,
yeah,
it works.
Yeah, I've been seeing it in younger generations that people, not as many people that are younger, know how to use a computer. All they know their whole life is their phones. And of course, you can play emulators on the phone, but even then, setting up an emulator on there might be a big ask for someone who's young.
Yeah, it can be pretty daunting. Yeah. So yeah, that's the good thing about collections. pick up and play. Ready to go.
Yep. And, help support the official creators as well. So that's always a plus. I mean, not to mention the whole Capcom test that we love to talk about, where, sometimes they look at these legacy collections to greenlight future sequels. We actually saw that happen with Legacy Collection 1 into Mega Man 11.
Yeah, that was the trigger. The million units of a Legacy Collection 1. That's what Tsuchiya used to say, here! People want it! So.
Put that on my resume.
Put that on my resume.
Say, yes, I broke the curse of Mega Man games not selling. That was Make 11.
If only Darkstalkers were so lucky.
I know, right? So, yeah, the Evergreen strategy isn't everybody's favorite. I mean, myself, I wish they put out a new title every 2 or 3 years as well, but from a business perspective, you can see how it gave Mega Man 11 legs to where, it didn't hit 2 million right away, but, from 2018 up till the present, it's just been steadily growing and growing. And now it's the best-selling game in the IP's history. We also had Bound to Work Legacy Collection come out in 2023. And it sold 1 million in 2 weeks, which is unheard of for Mega Man.
Oh, absolutely unheard of. And they were shocked themselves. I think they knew it was going to do good, but it exceeded their expectations. A lot. So, yeah, it almost makes you wonder if that is what they'll be looking for going forward. If they can ship 1 million or more within a couple weeks after release. But we'll see.
Yeah, I haven't seen Bound at Work on the Platinum list yet, so I assume they're separating it by volumes in that case. So maybe we'll see it one day, but not right now. So Mega Man 11 was the first to actually dethrone Mega Man 2 as the top title, but there's been some legacy collections that have now dethroned Mega Man 2 as well. X Legacy Collection 1 has grown a lot, even just the last couple years. So first it entered the 1 million mark, but now it's gone all the way up to 1.6 million. It's like, where did that come from?
Oh yeah, that baby's gonna hit 2 within the next few years. Easily.
Yeah, people hype for Mega Man X, so hopefully they capitalize on that. Legacy Collection 1 is now at 1.7, so that's another one that's now dethroned Mega Man 2. Well, I guess it contains Mega Man 2 anyway, so.
Yeah. It's funny they don't count them that way, but if they did, that'd be really sweet to see.
Yep. So, overall, the series kind of stagnated at 30 million across the entire franchise before 2015. But now, thanks to this Evergreen strategy, we've shot all the way up to 43 million overall. So, that's pretty neat.
It's pretty sweet. Nifty. That's without new games, So.
Yeah.
It works.
And the new games do be coming. So, at this point, we gotta ask ourselves, why did Duo Override take 8 years to come out? It will be 8 years anyway by the time it does launch in 2027. So,
yeah.
Well, about that, it's complicated. It's very complicated.
Very complicated.
Let's go ahead and get into the whole timeline of how we got here. There's a lot. So I made this timeline of events, of things we learned over the years, and also big key points to focus on. And we'll just start from the beginning. But basically, by the end of this, my goal is for you guys at home to understand what Protodude and I have come to learn about Mega Man Duo Override's development over the last 8 years or so. Alright, so let's get started. So as we know, 2018 is when Mega Man X Legacy Collection and 11 released as well. Pretty big year. You know, we really felt like, oh, we're so back. There's also a little note. So in May 2018, a couple of months before these games dropped, they made this placeholder domain for MegaMan12.com, and they actually went all the way up to MegaMan15.com with every other game in between. This was registered by GMO Internet Group, which was a provider based in Japan who registers domain names on Capcom's behalf. And I know, like, behind the scenes, this is something we were personally keeping an eye on to see if there's any updates. Because it says Mega Man 12, so.
Right. I would pop in there at least once a week to see if the status of the domain changed. And I did that for years.
Yeah, as we'll get into, there has been updates over the years, and I guess the timing of these updates is a little bit interesting. So, Mega Man 11 comes out, and in December of 2018, producer Kazuhiro Tsuchiya states that he wants to spend 2019 doing preparation for the next major title. We took that to mean he's doing pre-production, maybe a little script writing, stuff like that.
Yeah, assembling the team and getting ready for, I think, what many of us assumed would be Mega Man 12 or X9. But it wasn't that.
Yeah, in hindsight, we're pretty sure it's another title that we'll learn about soon enough. But real quick, going through 2019, in August, we had the Mega Man 0ZX Legacy Collection announced. Right before it appeared at Tokyo Game Show, and I do remember at the time PlayStation Network leaked it, and we're like, oh, holy cow.
Yeah, what the, yeah, it was a random, like, Wednesday night or something. Yeah.
Yep. That was a funny night. And then we fast forward to a month later. This is about the time of the Tokyo Game Show stuff happening, but Tsuchiya states that the next Mega Man project has already been decided in an interview. I think he also says, like, he wouldn't necessarily deny any of the other sub-series their own time in the spotlight, but
right.
At that time, like, they've already decided what they're doing next. It's very fascinating. It's like, where is it then?
Yeah, right.
So after a brief delay, I know they changed the box art as well a little bit, but Mega Man 0ZX Legacy Collection finally came out in February of 2020. So, you know, we're still feeling pretty good because actually in March 2020, Mega Man X Dive, the online version, came out in Taiwan. So, you know, we're eating pretty good that year still. We just had a new game. There's a new collection this year, and even a mobile game. I know it's not everybody's favorite thing. Everybody hates gacha games. I understand, but I mean, technically, it's a new game.
Yeah. As a side note, X Dive was not the 2019 game Tsuchiya was talking about.
Right.
Yeah, X Dive Offline began development. I don't know why I keep saying offline. X Dive began development in around 2018, and that's when I learned about it. I got to see some very early footage. Tsuchiya was not directly involved with it for a very, very long time. He got to see it, kind of poke around in it, but that was mostly Capcom Taiwan's territory. So he was off doing something else, Tsuchiya.
So that all was happening. But then this is kind of where poop hits the fan really hard, both for Capcom and the fans, unfortunately, as a result. We had a very unfortunate Giga leak happen as a result of, what was it called? Ransomware attack?
Yeah, I can't remember their name, but it was a Yeah, a massive ransomware attack that like authorities had to be involved with. It was not good. So yeah, it wasn't just game data that was getting leaked or game names getting leaked, but like the personal information of every Capcom employee was included in this leak. Their social security numbers, their home and email addresses. You know, it was bad. So that was not good in and of itself.
Yeah, it was a very big moral dilemma for us too at the time. We kind of didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
No, and they reached out a few times to me and a couple others to be like, you know, hey, you can talk about that the leak happened, but be careful. We don't want you to encourage your readers to go out and find it because there's so much sensitive information there.
Yeah, I totally understand. But at the end of the day, we do have to talk about it because this is where we got to see that 2019 game that Tsuchiya was talking about.
Yeah.
So in this Giga Leak, we found a reference to one Rockman Tyson. A lot of people like to also call it Rockman Match or Mega Man Match. So the internal code name for this game was 3D Battle, which is probably the biggest hint we've had as to what this actually is. Something about 3D gameplay, I guess. We also know it had a huge budget, especially for a Mega Man game. We kind of compared it to Monster Hunter Stories 2 in terms of the size of the budget. Again, that's wild. We knew that they wanted to sell 2 million units over a 3-year span. And also there was going to be post-launch DLC for this game.
That's right. Yeah. They were invested in this thing quite a bit. And, you know, this is before Mega Man 11 even sold 2 million units. So they had their expectations set pretty high for Tyson. And, you know, again, we don't really know exactly what it was, but given the size of its budget, the DLC, the implications of the code name or, you know, the final name, it's always made me believe that it had some sort of multiplayer component, not necessarily a live service kind of game, but a game that would require us to buy content, you know. Yeah, it was not 12, that's for sure, or X9, but it was something completely different.
Yeah, I kind of have a headcanon about Tyson or Match because in a prior interview, Tsuchiya said that he had kind of a pet project that he wanted to do before 11 was conceived.
That's
and
right.
I'm kind of thinking, like, what if Tyson and Match was Tsuchiya's pet project that he wanted to do, but since he left Capcom shortly after this, it just never came to be.
No, and I subscribe to that theory too, because there was another interview where someone asked him to elaborate more on that pet project, and he's like, oh, I can't talk about it right now, but you'll hear more soon, basically.
Yeah, he said he wanted to do this no matter what.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really believe, too, he was revisiting it.
Yeah, so that's our theory, that Tyson and Match was this project that Tsuchiya wanted to do, and you could tell they're really trying to capitalize on 11's success as well because of that sales goal and all this content planned for it. It's just too bad we never really knew what it is exactly in terms of like the gameplay structure or anything really, other than that it's 3D.
And we do battle of some kind.
Battle and chase. Let's go.
Please.
Well, I guess we're kind of getting it next year in a sense, so that's good.
That's right. I almost forgot about that. Oh my god. What a year coming up.
Yo, the next 3 months are going to be stacked. Like the comics, Sonic Cross Worlds, Star Force.
Good night. Yeah.
Oh man, get ready. But anyway, getting back to 2020. So that Giga Leak happened, and as we talked about, there's a lot of Capcom titles in there, not even just Rockman Tyson. A lot of games in there that we now have officially announced and released. And unfortunately, a lot of these games took longer than initially planned to come out because of a little virus known as COVID.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is where things really hit the fan. Like, if the ransomware wasn't already a headache to deal with, now we have this global pandemic really destroying any plans they originally had. So I've been counting over the years, and I noticed that pretty much every game that was shown in the Giga Leak was delayed by at least 2 years at a minimum, between like what it was originally stated and when it actually came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there were some real major titles in there that suffered. Most recent was like the new Onimusha, like that was just revealed like a couple years ago, and that was supposed to be out by 2022, along with Tyson. So,
Yeah, so Tyson even got internally delayed before that Giga Leak that we saw. At one point, it was supposed to come out in 2020 even. Then it got moved up to late 2022. And after that, we don't know what happened to it. Maybe it's delayed, or maybe it's canceled.
Yeah. Who can say?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that COVID really screwed a lot of things up. And I think like this is the part where I gotta remind everyone that Capcom's Mega Man team, it's not only small, but they don't just work on Mega Man day in and day out. Because it's so small, they use that team to go to other teams. And because they were scrambling to get some of those major titles out during COVID, like I think it was Street Fighter 6 was the big one, Resident Evil 8, they had to kind of break up the team a bit and send them off to work on those titles. And that's where Tsuchiya went for a long time. He jumped over to Street Fighter 6. And that was not part of the plan, Street Fighter's plan, when it first started development.
Yeah, I think they let go the big guy that was behind Street Fighter at the time.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
So, yeah, they needed Tsuchiya's help, so they kidnapped him and put him into the Street Fighter 6 dungeon. And, you know, as we talked about, he's kind of one of the leaders of the Mega Man franchise, if not the leader, so him being busy with another game, that don't bode too well for us.
We wanted more of our blue boy. But,
exactly.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, especially those two, like that's kind of Capcom's bread and butter. That's what keeps their business afloat. So it sucks, but it's understandable why they kind of broke up the Mega Man team and had them go over and get those titles across the finish line, especially during this pandemic that we didn't know how long it was going to last or how long it was going to affect things. So they definitely needed something like coming out to help them stay afloat during this time.
Yeah, their investors were counting on it. The big suit guys who invest in Capcom, they look to Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Street Fighter for profitability and all that. So they needed to see those three franchises keep going during that period.
Mm. And one of the first signs that COVID may have affected the Mega Man team was in March 2021. So this was actually the 20th anniversary for Mega Man Battle Network. and a lot of interesting rumors were going around at the time. And we're like, is there going to be like a big celebration for the 20th anniversary? Unfortunately, the answer is no. But Uchi-san from Rockman Unity made a post that kind of explained the situation. Essentially, what he said was, if it wasn't for the pandemic, Battle Network may have had a bigger celebration than it actually did at the time.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the red flags. Is like, oh man, they had all this planned, but just fell through.
Right. And it was around that time was when I was starting to learn about the mobile game, which was gonna kind of sort of be a gacha style thing, but that was in development in-house at Capcom Japan. It wasn't a Capcom Taiwan thing, nor was it Tsuchiya's 2019 thing. So that eventually, got nixed. But yeah, it was very unfortunate that they couldn't have something ready for the 20th itself. But we eventually got Battle Network Legacy Collection, so that was really good.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was this crazy thing about Battle Network Gacha game that apparently was done in-house at Capcom Japan.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got in trouble over it too.
That was a good one. I think the hints for that was I put up a picture of potato chips, people on a train with phones, like the title screen of Battle Network 1. I don't remember, but it was that and something else that they weren't too happy about.
Yeah, if you ever wonder, like, is any of the stuff that this guy talks about is real? I think getting in trouble with lawyers is a good pointer that it might be real.
Oh yeah, I've posted like the emails they've sent me, redacted, but I don't want to do that again.
No. But I think it's canceled now, so
yeah.
Oh well.
It's done.
It would have been very interesting though to have two gacha games going between Dive and whatever this would have been.
Yeah, it really would have kind of satiate both kinds of fans, I think it could have been huge. Like, I didn't actually get to see it, the Battle Network Gacha game, but it had kind of like a trading card aspect to it. Could have been big, but
yeah, we love our card games. So that all happened. What a crazy time that year was. Because this was also around that time period where you figured out that Mega Man 12 exists.
Yep. Not gonna say how. But yeah, it was one of those like, whoa, oh my god. Okay, what do I do with this?
What do we do with this information?
Right. And I think that's kind of roughly around the same period where I told you, and we all just sort of sat on it for a bit, and then we just kept hearing things from different sources directly, on and off. That was 2021, I think.
Yeah, so 4 years we knew about this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're like, listen, we don't want to get in trouble, and we don't want to cause Capcom any harm, because obviously it's a big secret that they have to keep, and we don't intend on taking that away from them.
Yeah.
Like, we'll report on it if someone else leaks it first, but we ain't going to be the ones to leak it.
Right, and I sure as hell was not going to risk it. After, but yeah, 2021 is kind of when pre-production started in the post-Tsuchiya world. And I gotta be careful what I say here, because I know there's stuff Capcom wants to talk about. But the pre-production of 12 was somewhat on and off for a little bit. Again, like I've said, the Mega Man team is very small, and they were spending time on other projects and learning how to work with the Re engine, which is now used by Capcom company-wide. All games going forward are on Re engine, and up till that point, I think Mega Man 11 was the last game on MT Framework. I might be wrong on that, but that was around 2018. But yeah, that 2021, 2022 is when they were really starting to work on it in earnest. But there was still work to be done, and I think, gosh, what was that? Valorant Legacy Collection was 2022, June 2022.
Yep. Oh, that's when it was announced anyway.
Yeah. Right.
That was a funny day too. So it came out during a Nintendo Direct partner showcase, and kind of similar to the Game Awards announcement for Dual Override. I was just like, there's no way Mega Man will show up. I'll just casually watch the broadcast, and oh shit, there it is.
The story I always like to tell is I was on the way to work and I had the Direct on in the background in my car, and I usually do that for these Directs. So I'm driving to work and I got the Direct on, and I'm on the highway, and I remember the guy going, Mega Man is back, and I'm like, what the? And I had to like look it down at my phone. I took my eyes off the road for a second, but almost died. I'm safe, thank you. I'm all right.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, right. But yeah, definitely unexpected. Yeah, definitely unexpected.
Yeah, when that announcement happened, I was watching the partner showcase from the beginning, and for some reason, I decided to look at my phone while I was watching it, and I saw a tweet from you, sir, going like, Battle Network! I was like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, I tweeted that at the stoplight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you were at the stoplight tweeting that. I just happened to look at my phone at the time. I was like, wait, what? Battle Network is in here? I had to fast forward. Oh man,
that was great.
And I was like, all right, grab the microphone. We're doing a reaction.
Yep. And I was like working on my post on the blog while teaching at the same time. So that was a very strange day. I was not committed to my job at all that day.
You're committed to your secondary job.
Yeah. That was a worksheet day. I'm like, here guys, do this worksheet. And I'm off my computer working on it. I've never gotten in trouble for doing this stuff at work, which is fantastic. So
thank goodness for those worksheets. All right. Well, so yeah, Battle Network Legacy Collection was announced in June 2022, and then finally released in April 2023. So, we waited a little less than a year for that. Not too bad. But that's when it reached 1 million sales from both volumes in 2 weeks. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing to see.
So you could definitely tell leading up to BNLC's release that there's a lot of people that grew up during the peak of Battle Network's time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of coming out of the woodworks being like, hey, do you remember this game?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of retrospective videos, reviews, and stuff just coming out of nowhere on YouTube, like even before this collection was announced.
Yeah.
So,
and Capcom themselves, they made those really great live action commercials for it, tapping into the nostalgia of Japanese kids, and those were beautiful commercials. Yeah.
This collection could not have been announced at a better time, I think. Right when the nostalgia for the series was at its peak. Adults today remembering playing this series way back in the 2000s era.
Yeah, that was me too.
So it makes us feel old, but yeah, it's over 20 years old.
Yeah, kids who were 10 back then were 30.
Mm-hmm.
Kids of their own.
And it's usually about like the late 20s and early 30s where we start to think back to like, how simpler times and things we played or engaged with back then. So yeah, good move on Capcom's part, announcing this collection.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. It turned out pretty well. We even got online connectivity.
Yeah, that was great, sort of. I mean, it would have been awesome if they had cross-system compatibility there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which makes me worried about Star Force's online as well, but that's a topic for another time. So yeah, 2020. Oh, I missed this part, but a little bit at the end of 2022, we actually got an update to the MegaMan12.com placeholder domain. It's like, ooh, spooky.
Yep. Yeah, this is it. This is it. We can talk about it.
I think this is like the moment where you found out about the placeholder domain too, because but previously it had flown under our radar.
Yeah, it was up there since 2018. Like Capcom, took action early to get those domains registered. But yeah, that's when I noticed it, and that's when it was updated. So, and that's happened before for Capcom. Like I think it was Devil May Cry 5 had a domain, similar thing where it was updated and then it was like announced a few weeks later. So for me and I think you, like we were kind of like, maybe this is it, but lo and behold, it was not.
Yeah, like without saying too much, it is funny how this could have absolutely leaked out if people did more digging than they actually did.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's just say I did a little more digging into the leaked files than many journalists did, and leave it at that.
Yeah, you went in there hard with the digger's license, the pickaxe.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, he did more digging than most people did.
I knew what I was looking for, so
yeah,
leave it at that.
At the end of the day, I think it just amounts to, unfortunately, most people don't really care as much about Mega Man. Like, maybe they're fans of it, but they're not like hardcore like we are. So
No, yeah.
that was kind of like a common thread when we've been like hearing things over the years, like, oh, this person isn't necessarily a Mega Man fan, but they heard this and that.
Yeah, like Dusk Golem. He's like the big Resident Evil leaker. And I think there was one point I needed him to verify something Mega Man wise. And he just left me on red. So
Man.
I just, for many people, like, they just don't care about Mega Man. To bother with leaks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it works out for Capcom. It means no Mega Man games are getting leaked.
Yeah.
Unless Protodude finds out about it.
Right. No, they cut me up.
So let's fast forward now to 2023. This was a rough year for Mega Man. Obviously, Bound Network Legacy Collection just came out, so that was hype. But the later half of 2023, oof. In May, Kazuhiro Tsuchiya departs from Capcom after he finished up on Street Fighter 6.
I think that was something we just noticed in his Twitter bio. It was not like a formal announcement.
Yeah, he
It said,
didn't.
like goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, his bio just said like past works, Mega Man, Street Fighter 6, and it didn't say that like a week before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was out, and I think that's when the real doom postings started setting in. Just like a ship without a captain. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, Mega Man's cooked again.
Yeah.
And also, this is a 1-2 punch because in July, Mega Man X Dive Online reached end of service. So,
Yeah.
oh man, the whole world's crashing down.
Yep.
Oh no. There was a consolation prize though because Mega Man X Dive Offline came out in September of that year. That's fun.
And that was very fun, and it kind of set the standard for like these offline versions of live service games. So,
Yeah, it's funny, like, looking back on 2023, it was kind of a hype year because of Bound Network and offline, but when you look at the news, it's like doom and gloom everywhere.
no, if it weren't for that, I think, it would be,
And not to mention stuff we were hearing behind the scenes, right? So this is something I even heard personally from a different source, that apparently Rockman Tyson and Match was having some big problems. Like, it was in dev hell, dude.
Yeah, and, without Tsuchiya, I think we all pretty much drive the conclusion that it's either dead or paused for the foreseeable future. But, at the same time, we were also hearing Capcom publicly talking about how they were moving everybody to Re-Engine. So they were transitioning their staff to start learning how to use it. New hires at Capcom were trained immediately on Re-Engine. They weren't even touching MT at that point. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, this is the time to talk about it. Tell us a little bit about Mega Man's transition to RE Engine and how that all worked.
Yeah, so, like I mentioned, Capcom wanted to keep everything on the same engine, just for, like, ease of development, ease of making multiple versions of one game that could be scaled differently to different platforms, like a PC, a home console, even mobile ports. So MT framework that was with them since like 2006, and they were retiring it. That was it. But basically, during 2023, they were having everybody trained on it. So whatever Mega Man game was cooking at that point, which was 12, it would be on Re-Engine. Not just Mega Man 12, but these future collections. They're going to be on Re. Which I think there's like this misunderstanding that some people have that Re-Engine is a realistic-looking graphic engine. It's not. It can make great-looking realistic visuals, but it's a framework for how games are coded and run. So, Star Force Legacy Collection, it doesn't look like it, but it is on Re-Engine. Yeah. So that was the period where, just to kind of back up a little earlier what I said, I was incorrect. This is where the Mega Man dual override that we know really started in earnest, when the team was trained on Re-Engine and Capcom was starting to build new assets and experiment with things. And like I'll talk about the secret level part in a bit, but
MT framework's now a thing of the past. RE Engine is in, and this is kind of a thing we were hearing even like back in late 2023. Like, they're kind of taking time to transition to this new engine. They're building new assets, which obviously takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And that's when we're like, okay, so that's why these games are getting delayed. So we kind of assumed at the time that the engine change was happening to Tyson or Match as well.
Yeah.
And that's why it was holding up that game. But I don't know. I just think it's not happening at this point.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I would have really liked to see what that game would have been.
Yeah. We still might. Maybe. Don't know.
Yeah, you never know. But, wow, 2023 was a very mixed year. But now in 2024, coming off the coattails of Tsuchiya leaving, but overall, like looking back, I would consider 2024 the calm before the storm.
Oh, yes. I would say so too.
So, it started off the year with some very interesting things. Just a couple little breadcrumbs. In March, we had Ichiro Mihara. He's the vice president of Arika, who actually worked on Mega Man Network Transmission back in the day. And he's also a former Mega Man director. Was it like Mega Man on NES, I believe?
5. Yeah.
Okay, on 5. Nice. But anyway, he posted this very strange image of a little bit of Mega Man's head. And looking back at it now is like, holy cow. Was Dual Override just staring at us in the face the whole time? Because the model looks pretty similar to that end of the reveal trailer where Mega Man opens up his armor. You see the paneling there, right there on his helmet, and his eyes are glowing. Kind of similar to the mysterious Kotobukiya kit, if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, this was an interesting one, and as soon as I kind of went, public with this, Mihara just like voluntarily deleted it, the original post, and he apologized for any trouble to the rights holder, which he means Capcom. So I think at the time the assumption was Arika was working on, or did work on, something Mega Man related with Capcom that was either canceled, delayed, or whatever, and this was from that. So might have gotten Mihara in trouble, and
yeah. But wow, very interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, if it was from 12's development, it was before the period where Capcom decided to bring everything back in-house.
Yeah.
Which is where they're at today. So they may have looked to Arika for assistance in maybe not necessarily developing the game, maybe developing some assets. Don't know. But it was clearly something legitimate enough that he had to take it down.
Yeah. The context of this post was he was replying to his name escapes me. The Mega Mix guy.
Hitoshi Ariga.
Yeah. So he was replying to Hitoshi Ariga because Ariga had said, I know some things about Mega Man because he's had his own involvement with the series over the years. But then Mihara replied with that image saying, "Oh yeah, I know some things about Mega Man too."
I mean, did he not expect us to go wild over that? Like,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Maybe it was meant to be a DM. I don't know. But
yeah, it's like one of those things that should have been a DM.
Right.
But I mean, from a fan perspective, I'm kind of glad he did put it out there, even if he did get in trouble.
Yeah, it was a nice juicy breadcrumb.
Indeed. So April 2024 happened. This was when the Mega Man crossovers were getting very real. Like they've been happening in years prior, sure, but this year really took the cake. 2024 anyway. Really took the cake for the Mega Man crossovers. Oh, there's like Minecraft, Brawlhalla, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
Some very random things. Exoprimal was one of the big ones on Capcom's end. There's like a classic Mega Man skin. Yeah, that was announced by Iguchi, Mr. Famous himself.
Yeah, so that was interesting because, again, Tsuchiya just left the company, and here we have Iguchi, many people know him as Mr. Famous, taking the stage to, introduced as DLC, or I guess not DLC, it's more like just like a collab that was a limited time in Exoprimal. So that was interesting because I think the assumption at the time was, okay, is he like the new spokesperson for the Mega Man team now? Because he actually does make references to a internal Mega Man team in this video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think up to that point, we mostly saw him associated with Battle Network. But here he was talking about something classic related. So that was kind of the natural assumption, I think.
Looking back on the video now, I do notice he still introduces himself as the Battle Network guy, because he goes, "Hi, this is the Battle Network Legacy Collection Director, Masakazu Iguchi, aka Mr. Famous, and I'm here to talk about Exoprimal."
Yeah, that's right.
So he wasn't necessarily saying like he's the new Mega Man guy, but just that he's the director on the recent collection, and he's kind of stepping in. So I guess like at this moment in time, Shingo Izumi hasn't assumed his role just yet, or maybe he was just preparing for the role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not quite. We're getting there. He was kind of doing stuff a little bit behind the scenes, but not in a big way yet.
Yeah. So then a little bit later in August of 2024, Capcom Japan announced a new game development course at Kendai University. And funnily enough, they're teaching students how to make a Mega Man game in RE Engine. Oh?
Mm-hmm.
So we had we had a unique Mega Man model in there. The charge shot effect looked a little bit different. We were really just studying that screenshot, like,
yeah,
what's different from 11 here?
Right. It was. You could see it. There was a little bit something different. Of course, there are people saying like, you're overthinking it, but
yeah,
haha.
But yeah, it's like, while they were dooming, we were chilling. Like, we knew these things. Like, we knew about RE Engine. So seeing this come up was like, oh, the breadcrumbs are there. We're getting there, dude.
Yeah, here we go.
And then a little thing called Secret Level happened.
Yes, it did.
So that came out in December. Actually on Mega Man's anniversary that year.
Yeah, some 17. And Shingo Izumi, that was his first credited Mega Man anything. He was under the Mega Man dev team. So that was interesting in and of itself. Till that point, never heard this guy's name before. So, like, okay, so someone new is in the dev team.
Yeah, there were some other new names there too. It's like, now we're cooking.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, this is... So Secret Level, I talked about this on another podcast, but basically, Dual Override and Secret Level were conceived and worked on in tandem. So Secret Level and Dual Override, they share some parallel visuals with one another. The big one was going to be Gamma. Gamma was going to be the giant robot Mega Man would have faced in Secret Level instead of Bomb Man. Very early in Secret Level's development, it was going to be Gamma. And we see Gamma again in Dual Override. His original pixel art is featured in the backgrounds, the schematics, what have you. But there's also in Dual Override, there's a significant, well, at least in this first trailer, there's a significant portion of it devoted to giant robots in the background. So that is another element that Secret Level shared with this, was giant robots. Mega Man facing giant robots. Something to do with giant robots. So Dual Override 12 was supposed to have come out or been revealed when Secret Level debuted. They were supposed to go hand in hand. Dual Override was not going to be like, the playable events of Secret Level, but just they were supposed to share kind of a visual thematic thing with each other. But as you know, Gamma was dropped fairly early into Secret Level's development, replaced with Bomb Man, and my theory there has been that was Capcom's call because 12 was going to be delayed, so they agreed to swap him out in Bomb Man, but still keep the idea of Robot Masters. They're giants. He's going to be facing something very large and in charge. Yeah. So that was kind of our earliest point where 12 was should have been released.
Yeah, that's kind of been a common thread of the story. Like, 12 should have been announced here, maybe here, but it just kept getting pushed back.
Right.
I think like the first initial release year we ever heard about 12 was 2021. Like, there was even plans for a game back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was it. But it's been on and off, rebooted so many times. Yeah. But the Dual Override, the 12 that we know now, really started like in 2023, 24.
Yeah.
So,
So that was a really good episode, by the way. Really short, but pretty good.
Yeah, I loved it for what it was. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved the guy that did Mega Man's voice. I mean, he didn't have much dialogue, but I felt like he nailed it.
Yeah, I liked that they kind of focused on the relationship between Rock and Dr. Light. By the way, they called him Rock. Wow.
But will they remember to do it from here on out?
Oh man, I hope it's not a one-time thing. That they
Yeah,
just casually remember he's supposed to be Rock. I hope that's a sign of Dual Override to come.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's make it stick.
Please. But anyway, really good. I love the music at the end. It's really epic. I kind of gave us a sense of renewed energy going into 2025, which is where everything went down. Oh man. So let's just start out with March 2025. The MegaMan12.com placeholder got updated again.
Mm-hmm.
And behind the scenes, this is also around the time where we're getting more kind of insider tips from different sources that Mega Man 12 is real. It's a thing. It's coming very soon. And we're like, oh crap, this might be it. This might be the year.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Right. It was like we never knew when, but we looked at like events and Nintendo Directs that were coming up and thinking like, okay, is it gonna be here? It could be here. It could be, you know. But yeah, we were pretty certain that it was coming up.
Yep. And this is kind of where like you and I started being a little bit more loose with our teases online.
Yeah.
Like nudge nudge, wink wink.
Yep. That is indeed. Gosh, what was it? The Nintendo Directs with the Mega Man pictures I put up. I was so till the minute the thing dropped, the Direct, I was so certain based on who we were talking to was going to be there that I went ahead with it. But
yeah, we were like 99% sure that September Nintendo Direct was going to have Mega Man 12 in it.
Yeah. I chose Mega Man 8 cutscene specifically for a reason, and that was supposed to be a hint, but I think a few have picked up on the hint based on what was shown in that Duel of Art trailer. So make of that what you will. But yeah, we were pretty damn confident then. So.
Yeah. Actually, thinking about now, it wasn't September. It was like sometime in the summer, maybe. They did like a partner showcase. I think that's when we thought it was going to show up.
Yeah.
But then like September happened, and that's when Star Force got announced. Like, oh, well, this ain't the game I was expecting, but yeah, nice.
No, it was not supposed to be either. So.
Yeah. But backing up a little bit, because we weren't the only ones doing the nudge nudge and the wink winks. Capcom was too. So March 2025, they announced. Well, actually, they didn't announce it. They announced it prior, but this is when they opened up the Great Capcom Exhibition. And it's interesting because we have Classic Mega Man X, LAN, and Mega Man EXE leading the little character parade at this exhibit. And then we also have some key art that showcases Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and Ace Attorney just standing there next to Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter, the big three. Yeah. I think this is kind of a statement of an intent from Capcom. You know, a little vague one, but you know, later on we would hear that they want to make Mega Man, Ace Attorney, and Devil May Cry as a core IP. I think like this artwork kind of proves it, that this is their statement of intent, that they do want to make these three IPs kind of stand shoulder to shoulder with the big ones. That's cool. So then, July 2025, Capcom, for the second time, so I think they did a similar statement in 2024, but yeah, they had a shareholder meeting where they're like, guys, we promise, Mega Man's very important to us. We're working on it. We be cooking behind the scenes. Don't worry.
Yep, don't worry. With that single shareholder who keeps asking the same question.
Don't worry, Mega Man drops in January. I mean, it kind of does, actually.
Oh my god. It does.
It does. But, yeah, at the time, people were like, oh, they always say this, dude. They're lying through their teeth.
Yep. I'll believe it when I see it, was the big phrase I heard.
Which I don't blame people.
No, not at all.
Like, for those of us who knew about this game, it was kind of insufferable dealing with all the doomsaying, but at the same time, you can't blame people because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. You know, we can explain the business decisions, why things are the way they are, till our throats are sore. But
unless they see the proof in the pudding, they're not gonna change the way they think, and they shouldn't.
Right.
Who are we to change their mind?
No.
That's really Capcom's job, if anything, to change the public perception of how they handle Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they did that shareholder meeting, and like we touched on before, we thought Dual Override was going to be announced at any moment. Apparently you heard that they were going to announce this game as early as spring 2025 even. And this is kind of around the time that the Game Awards asked Capcom to reveal Dual Override at their show in December.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that I think that falls on Capcom's decision, or the new strategy to help build Mega Man into a core IP, was to give this announcement as big of an audience as possible. So while they could have done it at like a Nintendo Direct, they chose the Video Game Awards because that pulls in, I think, like 150 million people a year who are watching it from YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, a lot of people are watching Directs, but only Nintendo fans really. So yeah, they had the opportunity there to do the VGAs, and they went for it.
Yeah, but because they went for it, now we're basically going the whole year without the Mega Man announcement, and the Doomers are only going to grow stronger in that time. So I guess this is when they decided to move up Star Force Legacy Collection so that it could appear at the Tokyo Game Show.
Yes. There's a whole switcheroo going on with Star Force Legacy Collection. That thing was I don't want to say very early development, but an early development, a rougher build was submitted to like the Nintendo Direct. It lacked an English localization, so they didn't feature it on ours. And it was so rushed to announce that the game was ineligible to what's it called? The Future Game Awards. It was ineligible to receive a vote at the Future Game Awards by the panel for Tokyo Game Show. So Capcom basically turned to us, the fans, to vote for it online to get a Future Game Award. Because if you want to be eligible for that via the panel, you have to submit the game months in advance. And they didn't, because it wasn't publicly announced at that point. So basically, they pushed up Star Force Legacy Collection a little bit. Yeah, and that sort of kind of goes hand in hand with what's going on with the Sonic Racing Crossworlds. They're promoting Star Force Legacy Collection with it, but as you all kind of know, the Crossworlds DLC is Classic Mega Man and Proto Man. So that would have made more sense with Dual Override. So you can kind of imagine what was the original plan of what that was supposed to promote. But, the switcheroo happened.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point about the crossovers, because over the years we've seen Battle Network crossovers, Dive crossovers, and more recently Classic. Like, these different crossovers were supposed to promote very different things, like let's say maybe like the Battle Network Legacy Collection, or maybe even that Gacha mobile game that got canceled. And then like you said, Crossworlds with Mega Man and Proto Man. Mega Man Proto Man is going to be back in Dual Override. It's pretty obvious where that was supposed to kind of come out alongside. But Dual Override was supposed to be announced first, and then you'd hear about Star Force Legacy Collection a little later in this year. But yeah, here we are. Yeah. Touching on the point about like the rougher build for Star Force. Yeah, maybe it wasn't like early development, but there's definitely been a lot of changes with that collection from September or even now to December. Like they changed the entire UI in some areas. They did the Like before, the mugshots looked really bad, but now they look
there was that
redrawn.
the AI scare. Yeah.
And the AI upscaling scare. Oh god, that's a drama and a half.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Only placeholder.
Yeah, it looks like it was a placeholder, so that's good. But I guess that's a big thing, right? It's like they had to move it up so much that they're basically just running off of placeholder assets and placeholder UI. Like, it was coming in pretty hot, let's just say.
Yeah, I'm sure back in Capcom Japan, they're working their butts off to get it to a state where they can present it the way they intended. So, and I think that's as early as last week when we finally saw the high-res mugshots.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of good little tidbits of like gameplay updates and stuff along there if you pay attention and really dig deep. But anyways, yeah. Game is looking better now. It's coming out in only 3 months now, so they really work fast over there.
Yeah, very fast.
So hopefully it does turn out to be as good as we're hoping it's going to be. I think it will be. It looks great so far.
Yeah, it looks very high quality product. So.
Yeah, it may even be the perfect collection.
Hey. I think it has a chance to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll find out in March, of course. After we play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I think in February or somewhere around that time.
Yeah. I think that's what we're looking at. Yeah.
And then a whole flood of comics. But anyway. Yeah. December 2025 was the time it finally happened. So first of all, we had another shareholder meeting thing where Capcom CEO said that he wants to make Mega Man, Ace Attorney, Devil May Cry as brands that Capcom wants to grow into core IPs. I want to ask you this question. What do you think a core IP means exactly?
Core IP is something that brings in millions and millions of dollars a year, and it has a audience that's big enough that's not made up strictly of fans. So when we talk about Resident Evil being a core IP, there are people who are not like diehard fans of Resident Evil investing in the games. You have people that only like the Resident Evil movies coming in and picking up the games out of morbid curiosity. But basically, it's something that can give Capcom a lot of money continuously for years and years to come. So, I think it was a surprise to many that Capcom doesn't already consider Mega Man a core IP, but from a revenue standpoint, it's not, because it's not, there aren't many new games being released per year to drive that sale number up. There's no big Mega Man movie. There's no, huge show that's helping to drive sales. So, yeah, with more new games comes more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. To be fair, there was going to be a live-action Mega Man movie at one point, but you said it's been put on ice, right?
Yeah, the current version of that is on ice. From what I know, they are still shopping around the live-action movie. It'll happen. Just not this version that we've kind of come to know. The one that was supposed to be on Netflix. Not that one, but it'll come.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I can say.
But yeah, they're working on things, right? There's a big synergy going on between like the games, the toys, merchandise, comics. There's fully charged around Mega Man 11's time.
Yes.
And more recently, Secret Level, maybe a live-action film in the future. I hope it's animated, to be honest, but we take what we can get, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Legacy Collections, crossovers, and like we touched on with the Evergreen strategy, like once those back catalog of titles kind of slow down, that's when the new games come. But this is something that even Daniel Arsenal, the Mega Man X comic writer, has been trying to hammer into our heads for a few months now. I think back to this clip I posted on Twitter where, he's basically saying like, the toys and the comics and all this stuff is leading up to something big, so gotta remain hopeful that Mega Man isn't a dead brand. Like, there is so much stuff going on behind the scenes. He even described that Capcom is doing 3D chess right now, like trying to get this all sorted and announced.
Yes.
Of course,
Yeah.
People don't see the big picture, so they mocked him for it. It's unfortunate to see, but
Yeah. Oh, I understand. All too well.
suffice to say, I think he's laughing right now.
Yeah.
Because Dual Override finally came out. Well, at least it finally got announced at the Game Awards. Not even 48 hours after the Capcom COO said that they wanted to make this a core IP. What timing, dude.
It was huge. Bam. Big mic drop. Crazy week that was.
Yeah, that was a crazy week. It literally went from, oh, you want to make this a core IP? Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
48 hours. Yeah. Here it is. It was introduced by a whole orchestra. Yeah, what a show. What a show.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Biggest, sigh of relief, or just, a weight being lifted off my shoulders.
But the shackles have been broken. We're finally free.
Yeah. Yeah, needless to say, we're all very happy.
Yeah. It's really good that we can talk about games again. What a concept.
Gosh, I can actually have content again.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, even for me, this year was kind of slow at the start. It's like, what do I do?
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
It's like at the back of your mind, you're like, okay, we know this. We know eventually we'll get there. We'll get that new game. But when, Capcom? You're holding out on us, man.
Right. I'm just, I'm biding my time posting news stories about, officially licensed Mega Man underwear and...
Yeah.
That
good old brand synergy, am I right?
Yeah. It's a thing, people, and it works when it needs to.
Yep, because, the main goal is not just to bring the hardcore fans back, but they want to bring in new fans. Maybe kids that are growing up into adults now, and even kids today. Yeah, they just had that Robot Master contest, and that is a contest that was historically a kids thing where they would send in little drawings and they become Robot Masters.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Well, we're back. we're in good times again. I just hope it lasts, dude.
Yeah, I really think it will. They've never publicly put out their intent like they did about making Mega Man a core IP. And the context of that was different too. It wasn't in response to someone's question at a shareholder meeting. It's actually part of their company's mission statement in a physical book that you can get or print out, or So I think they know if they want this to be a big core IP, they have to invest a little bit more than they've done in the past, or a return to how they did like Battle.net from a multimedia approach, something like that. But
Yeah.
I believe we're back, and we will stay back for a while.
Yeah, I really hope so, because they can't keep doing this where they release one game and they're like, okay, see you in 8 years. Like, if we do that again, I'm out, dude.
Right. No, I don't want to wait till the 50th anniversary for
I know.
another game.
Well, we ain't getting any younger, guys.
No, we're not. We're aging out, if anything.
It's
Soon arthritis will set in and can't play games anymore.
Yeah, it's like, because my birthday is at the start of the year, or close to it at least, I'll actually be 2 years older than I am now when Dual Override comes out. It's like, God.
Oh, I know. It's really weird to think. I'm gonna be like closer to 40.
Oh, no. Terrifying, dude. Terrifying times.
Terrifying.
But, hopefully exciting times, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, like, it seems far away, but in a few days, we can only say, like, it's a year away,
Yeah, I kind of have a coping mechanism right now where I'm like, in my mind, okay, maybe Dual Override will come out early 2027, so we don't have to wait that long.
Yeah. I have a feeling, I don't have any insider info on this or anything like that, but I have a good hunch that we will see it maybe around the summertime. Not summertime, early. Very early, 2077. Summertime, I think we'll learn when it's coming out.
Yeah,
but,
it did something similar for 11, where they had a big release date trailer at E3 at the time.
Yeah, I think it'll be an early 27 title.
Yeah, so first we got to get Star Force out the door and let that cook a little bit. But then, probably summertime is when we're going to get the big news about what the game is about, when it's coming out.
Right. And we're going to see the Robot Master design stuff kind of come to fruition. They're going to share with us the winning design. And I'm sure that'll go hand in hand with, like, the other Robot Masters maybe being revealed. So we'll see. They have to keep the momentum up somehow.
Yeah, from a content perspective, that's gonna be fun starting out this year, because like if we get nothing else, we at least have the Robot Master contest. We get to see the top 20 and then the top 6. We get to talk about that, have some fun theorizing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Yeah, a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. So.
Yeah. Well, for those of you at home, now you know what we know, essentially. If you stuck with us this long, I thank you so much if you did. I guess let's just kind of calm down a little bit, chillax, and let's talk a little bit about Dual Override to end things off.
Mm-hmm.
So, a really big complaint about 11 was it's too short. Like, only 2 Wily stages that were full-length stages, and then just a boss gauntlet. Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you hoping that Dual Override is going to be a bit meatier this time around at the very least?
Absolutely. I really want to see more, like, I want a little more replay value. We can still do like the standard 8 bosses, the Wily stages, whatever. But I would love to have a reason to revisit stages again, to find hidden items or something. I love how Mega Man 7 did it, where you're just, you're finding all kinds of like fun things hidden in the stages, like a Proto Man shield. Like, what a cool collectible to go back into the stage and find.
Right.
Stuff like that. It needs a little bit more meat. I'm hoping for a multiplayer aspect. I think that is long overdue. And with Proto Man coming back, clearly it's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect time. Time to capitalize on that scrapped Mega Man 10 co-op mode.
Oh, absolutely. That's the potential there was huge. Like, I just replayed 10, and you can see it in the stage design. There's so many parts where it was clearly meant for 2 people to share the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of big, like, there's the screens in Mega Man 10 are just like these massive rooms where 2 people could inhabit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that Sheepman boss where you have the little conveyor belts. The 2 of you were supposed to, like, stand on each side of the room and, like, work on it together. But yeah, I digress. I really want to see that. Some kind of multiplayer component.
Yeah. For all we know, the co-op mode in X-Dive was kind of a precursor to hopefully a co-op mode of some kind of duo override.
Yeah. What about you? What do you want to see?
Like you said, I want to see more secrets and like maybe branching paths, like because Mega Man 11 was a very safe game through and through. So I want to see them kind of go a little bit more into like Mega Man 7, Mega Man 8 in terms of their secrets.
Yeah.
7 is still my favorite classic game because of all the little secrets you can find. So good.
Right? Yeah. So good.
And like you, I want to see co-op mode, but I also want them to expand a little bit more with the side modes. I don't necessarily want this to be like a replacement for the main game, because the main game should be like, what fans have come to know and love about Mega Man. But for maybe like a side mode, let's bring back the Mega Man 9 and 10 endless mode. Maybe kind of lean more into like a modern roguelite type of game.
That'd be cool. You never know what you're gonna get, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, you have kind of like 20XX and 30XX where you have these pre-made level segments and you just kind of jigsaw puzzle them together to create these randomized layouts. I think that could be a fun side mode. Obviously not the main game, like that should be 100% handcrafted in my opinion, but
yeah,
as a side mode, heck yeah, dude.
That'd be sweet. Tons of replay right there.
Yeah, tons of replay value. I guess this is more of like a wish list thing. I don't think it'll actually happen, but I do love those randomizers. A randomizer mode would be awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot they could do. Just hope that they do it,
Yeah, because I know like 11 had some challenges, like the Dr. Light's trial and stuff. I guess that was technically an endless mode, but it don't hit the same because it's I think
it felt like an afterthought, sort of.
Yeah, it did feel like an afterthought, especially because I think the first 20 rooms or so are preset. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's not really a roguelite like I'm thinking.
No.
I think it would be cool. So I know there's some challenges there, like the balloon thing. It's alright, I guess.
Yeah, that was a little goofy. Yeah.
But I would like to see them bring back something more akin to Mega Man 10's challenges. Like these preset by-site challenges.
Yes.
Legacy Collection tried to lean into that a little bit too with their challenges.
Yeah. It might be fun to do like a multiple boss mode thing again from like the X Legacy Collection, where you fight like 2 bosses at once. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be chaotic but fun, especially in a co-op setting.
Yeah. There we go.
God.
Yeah. Multiple playable characters would be great.
I want to ask you this. Is it time to break the 8 Robot Master and Wily Stage formula? Is it time to go beyond?
My personal opinion, yes. But it needs to be done in a way that doesn't throw off the game's balance. if that makes sense, because it's
Sure.
just there's something kind of perfect about eight robots, 8 weapons, and how they all kind of work with or against each other. As long as they can kind of maintain a quality of the balance, like a quality over quantity kind of thing, I think it could work. But I also like the idea of we could still have like our 8 main stages, but maybe we can have more stages that aren't Robot Master based. Bring back the opening stage. Bring back like Mega Man 7's Robot Museum. Just like more stages, but maybe they don't necessarily have a Robot Master or a special weapon tied to them. Just like more places to explore and I don't know, get the most out of your arsenal that you're building from the main game.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that,
Yeah, you said bring back Seven's Robot Museum. Well, what if that's the intro stage?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like a robot museum in the trailer.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just, to me that just seems like this like giant robot expo kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's some kind of big celebration of something happening. Yeah.
You think,
I think
Wily's gonna break in and steal Gamma or something?
I think he's gonna either steal Gamma or he's gonna try to build him there, like with the parts available. Because with all these like giant robots in the background, I think that's what we're doing. Like the boss for the intro stage will be Gamma rebuild.
Yeah,
something like that.
Maybe something like that. What do you think is the big robot in the background? Is that like just a stage placeholder, like a background element, or you think it could be the intro boss, or?
I think it's just kind of like a background element.
Okay.
Yeah, background element. I'm leaning towards Gamma being the boss there.
Yeah.
They're cute background elements.
It'd be kind of a full circle moment for me if they really do bring back Gamma, because Mega Man 3 was my first ever Mega Man game.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So we haven't really seen that robot since Mega Man 3, essentially.
No. I think like a lot of people forget about him,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like barely on the cover art too. So.
Yeah, 3 didn't have much of a story in the game itself. You had to read the supporting material to find out what the lore was actually.
Right. Yeah. Maybe he'll get his due finally.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about that time where they asked about Mega Man 1 through 3 remake and that Super Election poll.
Oh yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
Speaking of the stage itself, something came up after I did my own analysis and stuff. But people have been pointing out that not only Gamma is in the background, but there's this figure kind of at the top of the wall that kind of looks like a devil. But a lot of people are saying, like, is this the Raw Devil from Super Adventure Rockman?
Right. Yeah, I didn't catch that the first time either.
Yeah, I didn't.
And I think it is.
You think it is the Raw Devil?
Yeah. It might be like a fun throwaway Easter egg, but I think that's clearly him. It's a clear reference, which would be really cool. Like, I think that would like, kind of affirming that Super Adventure is canon in a way.
Yeah. That's a big implication, right? It's like, if this is a Super Adventure Rockman reference, is it canon? Because I know Inafune freaking hated that game.
Oh yeah, they can do whatever they want with it now.
It's like, well, he's gone, so
yeah,
it's canon.
But if this is like a expo or convention, like celebrating or remembering like giant robots, like it would make sense to feature him, because he's such a strange entity. Is he a robot? I mean, he kind of is, but yeah.
Yeah, it feels like the breadcrumbs have been there to bring Raw Devil back in some form, because he even appeared in the Archie comics.
Yeah. There's been some interest in it.
Yeah, that's Super Adventure Rockman in 2027, bruh.
Who'd have thought?
Now they have to re-release it because it's still stuck on the PS1 in Japan, by the way.
Or even like a fan translation. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it takes some work, but probably not as hard as some of these other games that are begging for a translation.
I know there's been subtitle videos released, but an actual playable fan translation, I don't think that exists yet.
No, that'd be really cool though.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. I guess we need it now. We gotta brush up on our Super Adventure lore.
Yeah. We need some to do till Duel Override after Star Wars.
And we got quite a bit. To be fair, I mean, 3 RPGs, that's quite a bit to work towards while we're waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. And for Europe, it'll be their first time with Star Force 3, so.
True.
It's great.
It's just too bad they're not getting a physical copy once again. Seems like.
Yeah. It's too bad. I think there will be a physical Asia version, like that region free thing, multi-language version.
Yeah.
So that will be there for them if they want it.
Someone was telling me that you could find the ESRB version pretty easily over on the European sites as well.
Oh, that's good. That helps.
Yeah. But actually, what do you think they're gonna do with Proto Man in this game?
Boy, I have, like, the Proto Man fan of me wants him to be a big part of it in a big way. Like, I want him to be part of the story. I want, like, his, I want to hear him talk again and just, be involved more directly. I don't just want him to be like a playable skin or what have you. I want him to be more involved in the events that's unfolding. But I do believe that he will be playable. They've kind of already set up that expectation with the whistle at the end of the trailer. I think like that's the natural expectation we're all having once we heard that.
Yeah, that whistle alone gives me hope that he probably will have a role in the story at the very least.
Yeah.
How major?
He was there,
I don't know.
Right. Bigger than 10, please, because that was just... he's just hanging out.
He's just...
Like, I was in the neighborhood, so alright.
Just like laying against the walls like, oh, hi, Mega Man. You need some help? Sure! Let's go! Okay, that's all we needed to write.
Yeah. No, let's... I mean, he's an interesting character, but I don't think many people know why he's interesting. So it'd be really cool if they kind of leaned into that more. Maybe, like, make his history part of the story. Something.
Yeah, I mean, we just had the double gear system. Like, where's Proto Man and Baster and all that? Like, you think they'd be all over that stuff?
Oh, yeah. I mean... yeah, everybody was essentially MIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Oh yeah, we also got that little voice actor tease that maybe Bass will return.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting one. I think he knew he messed up because he was not talking about Star Force Legacy Collection or even Teppen. So
yeah, there's no Bass in Star Force.
No. Like, logistically, it makes sense to have the same guy who's doing Bass EXE voice classic bass, without having to go through the whole, auditioning and all that. Just, he's already there.
Yeah.
He's available.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time either.
No, it would not. So, that'd be great. I'm a big Bass fan. Dying to see him again. Dying to play as him again. But,
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I still want that double gear bass fight so bad.
Man, cool. Or whatever the gimmick is here. we're gonna be doing that against Space. That'd be awesome.
I guess that begs a big question, like, what does dual override mean, and what is that new gimmick?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it's a big enough gimmick that it's like bleeding into the game's literal logo.
True.
Like if you notice, it's the standard Mega Man logo, but it has this like after image to it or something. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
That's very true, because the past Mega Man logos have been honestly kind of bland. Like, they usually don't relate to the game itself too much.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
this one might, and that's a change, all right.
Yeah. And the subtitle Dual Override, like that's shared across regions. It doesn't have a different name in Japan, so it carries some significant weight into what we're going to be dealing with, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be something with his appearance in some way. That ending that trailer on that shot of him, his armors, his paneling kind of opening up, that's important.
Yep, he's a unicorn Gundam now. Crazy.
I could see it, yeah, the destroy mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be cool. Like my wish is like, what if that's like a mode where you can shift the game into like a first person or a behind the camera thing?
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I mean it almost looks like that, like the way he is kind of positioned there at the end of the trailer. You know, like
I like
button you press
when the
at any time.
camera faces him head on.
Yeah, something like that. Almost like Metroid Dread, where it had those moments where you went into like the over the shoulder.
Oh yeah,
action.
she kind of like
Yeah,
walks into the background a little bit.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know, because there's clearly like some depth with the re-engine stuff too. Like the platforms are a bit more tangible than they were than 11. The backgrounds are much more lively. So
Oh holy cow, they are.
yeah,
When
I don't know. Yeah, they're not just like hand drawn images. They're polygonal. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's
yeah, even like the opening shot of the trailer, there is so much detail in there. So much.
huge. Which is why I'll never understand people who say it looks the same or worse than 11.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a world you can actually like touch. Like it's got depth and
It's like,
yeah.
I like the backgrounds in 11. Like they serve their purpose and all, but yeah, the ones in Dual Override are like 10 times better.
Yeah. Humongous. Yeah.
Actually, one of the details I spotted, and Rockman HQ spotted it too, but there's this little like car robot. It looks like it's going Maverick in real time. It's just wigging out.
Oh, I saw the little guy spinning. Yeah.
Yeah. HQ was pointing out that the screen on its face was turning purple, which is funnily enough the same color scheme that the new Wily design seems to be going for. So like, is there some kind of connection there?
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like the return of the evil energy, or maybe just another prototype Maverick virus.
Could be. I personally don't want to see like a definitive classic series end, but I like the idea that they're kind of gradually leaning to X,
Yeah.
Yeah, even from like the design sensibility, like Mega Man's armor is getting a bit more complicated, a bit more detailed, closer to X in a way. That's cool. Keep doing that, but yeah, I don't want them to like have a cutoff when classic ends, X starts.
Yeah. That would be weird for sure. I know everybody wants it deep down, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I did notice that like, even back in the 11 days with the double gear system, it's basically like X's charged weapons and dashing, like as a kind of like a prototype ability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very clever how they did it. Very clever.
Yeah, it's really cool. I feel like we might see a little bit of an evolution of that mechanic and do override, because like even like talking about that Erika image that was posted by Mahara, like his eyes are glowing. And I'm just thinking back to that Kotobukiya model kit, where like some of us have been talking about the possibility that it is Mega Man himself, maybe like a new transformation, like a overdrive mode.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been leaning on into too. There's a lot of brand synergy stuff that has been waiting for Dual Override to be announced. One of those was a post that I did have to take down. Blokies, or however you pronounce it. They have a whole line of Mega Man figures to announce, but that got leaked a little too early. Had to take that down. But they've been waiting a long time to announce this Mega Man line. So
yeah,
I think that's what we're seeing here with Kotobukiya.
Daniel Arsenal was right.
Yeah. I wish people believed us.
Hopefully they believe us now.
Yeah, like we all know what we're talking about. We really do. So.
Well, at least we think we do most of the time. Is there anything else you want to say about Dual Override or anything else?
Gosh, I'm just as excited as everyone else to play it, to see more of it.
I know,
and I think we'll be seeing more of it sooner than many think.
Yep, I think once Star Force is out there, like full speed ahead, I think we're gonna see a lot of cool stuff. Like Shingo Izumi himself has said, this is gonna be the year of preparation for the 40th anniversary. He was said like he wants to bring fans good news in 2026. So I don't know if that's referring to Dual Override itself or maybe more.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you talked about before that like there may be more than just Dual Override in development.
Yes, there is. Yeah. There's something I do know that I learned recently that I don't think you do, but I will tell you off the record. But there is definitely something else cooking besides Dual Override.
Yeah, that's exciting. Like just in knowing that there's more in the pipeline, and Dual Override is not just a one and done thing for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
That more than anything tells you like we're back.
Yeah, we are back, baby.
Let's go. Well, anyway, thank you so much, Protodude, for coming on here and rambling with me for 2 hours. Holy cow!
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. Should be a nice little New Year's gift to everybody to listen to. And by the way, happy holidays to you and happy New Year's as well. Should be a good one.
That is indeed the truth.
Well, guys, we're going to sign off here for now. But real quick, Protodude, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, or X as the kids say, at Protodude. I'm also on Blue Sky. Don't know my Blue Sky handle offhand, but it includes the word Protodude in it. And of course, you can find my blog, Rockman Corner, from the usual address, www.rockman-corner.com.
Awesome. And as for ShadowRockZX, you're already in the right place. Definitely stay tuned for more on Mega Man Dual Override, Star Force Legacy Collection, and whatever else there may be. I guess we'll find out eventually if there is anything else. 2026, here we go. It's the year we've been waiting for. or maybe like the calm before the storm of 2027, from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Let's make it a fast year.
Please. We gotta get through this year so fast, dude. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, till the next one, rock on. Have yourselves a great time zone.